What's up, my fellow addicts? Welcome back to the channel. And today, we're gonna do a deep dive into Celo. Man, I'm excited to do this. The whole reason why I'm doing this, and I'm gonna make this a series. I'm gonna create multiple videos just over the information that I've found. Just by doing some basic research. The main reason I'm doing this is because there's a lot of FUD out there, especially in the current climate that we're in, where prices of everything is going down, and people have exited the stage left as far as the crypto space. A lot of the newcomers that came in expecting to make a lot of money have already left. And if you're here right now, if you're remaining in the space, man, kudos to you. High five. You're gonna make it. Especially if you're looking for certain information and links that connect everything and make the most sense. So just diving right into this, if you're familiar with Celo, you know that one of their goals is to help with governments for central bank digital currencies and helping the underbanked and the unbanked, more specifically the unbanked communities. So just getting into this really quick. As far as the CBDCs and everything is concerned, a while ago there was a live stream. It's still on Celo's YouTube page, but there was a live stream, and I can't remember. I can't remember his name, but I know his Twitter handles the real Tech Boy Africa. I believe that's it. But anyway, during the live stream, I heard him mention a few things. One of the things that he mentioned was, in his opinion, someone asked him, how many Celo he thinks, there should be or someone should hold. And, he was like, 500, if you hold 500, years from now, you'll be good. So that was pretty interesting. And then he also mentioned there was another question asking on the CBDC front, how they're going to go about that, how are they going to pursue that? And he mentioned that being a guy called Ezekiel Copic, that's his expertise, right? So I was like, who the hell is this Ezekiel Copic? And mind you, these live streams have absolutely no views, 100, 200 views on these live streams, right? And this is from, well over a year ago. Still to this day, very little views. But I went over to LinkedIn just to, do a little quick search on who Ezekiel Copic was. And boom, let's take a little look at the about. It says, I'm a former central banker, Federal Reserve Bank of New York, currently providing research and advisory services on digital asset technology, including central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, stablecoins, and decentralized finance, DeFi. Currently, I serve as the director for digital currency policy at Visa. Prior to that, I was the head of the public sector research and development for C-Labs, which built the mobile-first Layer 1 blockchain protocol, Celo. So, Ezekiel Copic is a very important piece to all of this, but we're going to dive into something called Project Nexus from the BIS. And if you don't know who the BIS is, it's the Bank of International Settlements. So the bank, the bank of all banks. So we're going to take a look at that, and I'm show you guys a video basically about Project Nexus. So just diving into the BIS's website, Project Nexus, a blueprint for instant cross-border payments. So looking at this, there's just basically the overview of what Project Nexus is, but there is a video that pretty much explains it, and I'll just let the video play. I'll see if I can turn the volume up, make it larger.
Sending money from one person to another has never been easier. That's if you're sending money within the same country. If you're sending money overseas, it can feel like an eternity. But why? Money is just data. Why does it take longer to send money overseas than it does to send an email? Well, there are 3 reasons. First, one currency needs to be swapped for another. Second, compliance checks are needed to prevent illicit payments. And third, different payment systems speak different languages. These steps can result in costs, frictions, and delays. Payment innovators and organizations like SWIFT are developing better solutions and standards for data and messaging. But there's still more that we can do. So, here at the BIS Innovation Hub in Singapore, we're exploring other options. One possibility is to link the successful fast payment systems that many countries use today for domestic payments. In fact, Singapore and Thailand are already connecting their fast payment systems, making money transfers happen within seconds. The European Central Bank and the Swedish Riksbank are also exploring ways they can achieve instant payments between euros and kronas. It's a positive step forward, but linking countries one by one can quickly become a challenge. 2 countries need just 1 link, but 4 countries need 6 links, and 20 countries need 190 links. This gets complicated and expensive. That's why the BIS Innovation Hub is developing a blueprint for a fast, cross-border payments platform. We call it Nexus for short. Nexus does 2 things. First, it connects multiple fast payment systems in different countries, thereby allowing them to speak to each other through standardized, data-rich payment messages. Second, it coordinates currency exchange between financial institutions. That means the existing domestic fast payment systems could start to provide equally fast cross-border payments, all without the sender's bank or the fast payment system having to touch another currency. Nexus is a blueprint to connect the multiple fast payment systems that exist today. We're working with the Monetary Authority of Singapore and other central banks to ensure that technology on the horizon will make it easier than ever for both businesses and individuals to send money across borders.
All right, so that was just a brief overview of Project Nexus. So I just wanted to dive into this as well because it's all correlated. This is a video from Mojo Loop, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. In the first video that I went over for Celo, we saw that there was people from the team that comprised of a lot of the large organizations in the world, and the Gates Foundation is one of them. So Mojo Loop, if you know about the Gates Foundation, then you know that Mojo Loop is the Gates Foundation. That's also, one and the same. And this is a video from Mojo Loop talking about Project Nexus. So let's take a quick view at what they're going to say. Take a listen.
There's additional FX exposure for providers because in many of the received markets, the currencies are not as strong as the hard currencies like the US dollar, euro, and GBP, giving them a further exposure and cost in managing that liquidity that they have set ahead of time in order to make these payouts. The world is moving towards real-time settlement, and now with the advent of central bank digital currencies, it will become reality in the not too distant future when no liquidity will be required to be positioned in a receive market ahead of time. An open regulated global payment internetwork sits above all existing networks and will pass through account addressing and tokenized compliance to all existing and new regulated payment networks.
All right, so if we can take a look at this really quick, you can see it says an open regulated global payment internet network will pass through an account addressing and tokenizing compliance with all compliance to all existing and regulated payment networks, and this is going to include the World Bank, Afremex Bank, and African Enda, and the Mojo Loop Foundation. Now, if we can see as well, Project Nexus and who's involved: Visa, Swift, MasterCard, Ripple, Stellar, and our guy Celo. And you know, it's all connected. They're all going to be working together in this new payment system. Like, this is the new system. So for everyone who has doubt and uncertainty as to whether they made a right choice being invested in this, or made the right choice being invested in cryptocurrency, period, regardless of price, the adoption is happening. It's here. Like, this is the new system. You're very early. We're at the point where there's still no clear regulation going on. And if you're here right now, if you're in this space, then man, you're doing it. Man. You're doing it. You're right. So let's just finish, listening to what this is.
All data will be encrypted and no data will be stored. This is not designed to replace any existing networks. The goal is to connect all existing and new networks to form one global inter-network.
To form one global interconnected network. I mean, it doesn't get any clearer than that. It doesn't get any clearer than that. So, I mean, like, that's just that's just one thing. Then there's the G20 roadmap for cross-border payments. I'll get into that during the next video. But this is just a little bit of what's happening while the price is going down and everyone's panicking and freaking out over price. Like, wind moon. When this is all said and done, and this whole thing goes live, and everything's ready to go and it's ready to roll out, there's going to be so much money passing through this that if you not financial advice, man, if you do a little bit of research, or if you tune in and just listen to the research that I've done, I'm not telling you whether you should or you should not invest. I'd never do that. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't ever want to be one. But hot damn, I hold some Celo. And if you do too, man, give this video a thumbs up. And if you don't, give it a thumbs down. I mean, if you don't like what you're hearing, man, just type that it sucks. Either way, drop a comment below, like, dislike, doesn't matter. Subscribe, that'd be awesome. And just, I just want to hear some feedback and let me know if I should go over a few more things. But basically, like, this is just cracking, into just like getting a little bit into it. Like, this is nowhere near what I have, and this is big already. So again, until next time, peace out, man.